Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, we'll find out if we are going to be 2034 World Cup champions. We first have England up in the semi-final, and if you want to see how we got there, last episode was all the way run through the quarterfinal, which had some drama and some really disappointing moments. However, we have managed to find ourselves in a semi-final. Second part of this episode will either be the World Cup final itself or the third place playoff, where the other side of this draw has been thrown into absolute disarray and chaos, and the Ukraine have just beaten Croatia to make the final. Correct, the winner of this semi would play Ukraine in the final and would be odds-on favourite to win the competition. The Ukraine, I played in a friendly before the World Cup. We beat them 4-2 or 4-0 up and only conceded 2 goals late. I'm telling you right now, the winner of this game is winning the World Cup 99% of the time. No one thought the Ukraine, who are ranked 24th in the world, would be here. Their best player is this guy here, who, don't get me wrong, is fantastic, but the rest of the squad doesn't look like that. Without further ado, though, we do have a game here against England. If this, for whatever reason, gives me the friendly first, instead of the World Cup game first, I will quickly cut away and come back after this friendly because I want to just make sure the boys play the right squad. But I would imagine it will be the England game first. And if we spoil a transfer in this game for next episode, then I apologise, but it is what it is because I don't think there's going to be a way around it. It's going to give me the Dortmund game first, is it? Or the England game first? What's it going to give me first? It's going to give me England. We're good. We're Gucci. Let's go into it. Let's have another look at this English side, this Brazil side. So here we are. We obviously played a not a full strength side last time out. And saying that though, a couple of players did not become 100% fit. So straight away, Vinicius, who played last time out, is not 100%. But we've got options obviously for that there. Vanderson, I'm going to go with the experience. Rodrigo's not 100%. I think Roy is a very good replacement, so I'm going to bring Roy in too because I think full fitness is massive. Now, Gomez and Anderson are not 100% here. They obviously played against Italy. I definitely think we need to start at least Gomez, if not both, because of how important this is. Angelo's fit. Rodrigo comes in for the suspended Jonathan. Victor Roque's on a 6.82 and has had a stinking World Cup. I'm going to bring in Marcus Leandro. Lucky Lars, Valverde, as much as he's elite and is fantastic, has not had the best of World Cup. I'm going to use him as an impact substitution, and we're going to bring in Valverdes. As you can see from the star ratings, doesn't really change much. I'm also trying to not book in changes that we need to make so that we can have as good as as good as a fit side out there. And then as the game goes late, and if it's tight, we can actually focus on not on who's tired, but who will impact this game the most. With that being said, I'm also going to move Gomez into deeper line playmaker. Anderson's going to come out, and I'm going to give Dakari, who scored against Guinea, to this game here as well. So that is your team for the World Cup semi-final. Lito, Vanderson, Roy, Luis Felipe, and Mateus. It is Gomez and Dakari, Angelo, Valverdes, Rodrigo, and Marcus Leandro, because Roque's been so poor this World Cup. Like 6.0 last game, missed every chance he had. Every chance he had. Ecuador didn't score against Canada, only scored against Albania. I can't carry you any longer, mate. I'm going to give Marcus Leandro the game. Let's go and have a look at England as well. Ville Boas is in charge. Lewis Brown, our boy, is their key player. Came out with us in season 1. We brought him in for 71 million at Newcastle. He's been a Newcastle legend ever since. Scoring goals for fun. Has got 61 and 66 for England. Yeah, it's going to be a danger. I've still got to deal with Phil Foden, Joseph Blakesley, who killed us for against when we played Liverpool just there. Harvey Elliott is still fantastic. Saka's Saka, and Jude Bellingham, who has been outstanding in this A for us as well. We're in charge of Newcastle, is there as well. In terms of that, that's the big players. Let's go and have a look how they got here. They beat UAE, South Africa, and South Korea. They beat Australia, good old the Aussies, but unfortunately, and then played Spain in a big tie and did well. Now, their keeper, keep an eye on because he might be whatever. And now we're getting this here. I don't know which game it's going to give us first. If it gives us this game here, I'll apologise. Then I'll cut away. I'm not sure. I think we're getting the... And trying to play both games at the same time. It's England versus Brazil. Okay, beautiful. There we are. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go have some fun out there. I'm going to take the pressure off and see what we can do. Let's have a look at this Brazilian side. This English side. So their keeper is Antony Heatley. Club Dortmund. Yes, correct. I have signed this guy as our keeper. I'll explain his story a little bit more in depth next episode. Pretty much, he was Liverpool's number 2 keeper because Liverpool have the best regen goalkeeper I've seen in a long while on Football Manager. And Antony Heatley was their backup. Greg Smith at right back is sensational. Ian Fitzgerald at Man City is nutty. Mark Gahey at the back at 33 we need to get at. This is the guy we need to get at. This is the one. Craig Laycott, though, is outrageous and physical like no tomorrow. Brigo Aaron, very good in the middle of the park. Alfie Devine has grown into a world-class midfielder. Declan Rice is Declan Rice. Does lack the speed, but is still very good at what he does. Harvey Elliott's outrageous. Dave Hewitt, who's at Norwich and helped Norwich win the Europa League for the second time in this save, has to be said, is out there. And Emery Tezgel as well. No Lewis Brown, no Josh, and no Foden. Tony Dunn's not 100%, who, thank Christ, because he's fantastic. Saka as well, not starting. They've done what we've done. We've kind of looked at it and gone, we've got to try and make sure we don't have anyone that's really unfit not play. They've done the same thing. We're both thinking the same way. Get to a moment in this game where we can bring on our best players who are not 100% fit and change this game. We're both doing the same thing, which is cool to see. All right, here we go. England in the whites. We will be in the green. Let's hope for a repeat of 2001. If we want to whip in a free kick and their keeper runs under it, that would be great. But I doubt that's going to happen on FM, and we don't have Ronaldinho, who's apparently shooting. Here we go, though. Big moments. We are 90 minutes away from making a World Cup final, or 120, or a shootout. We're also the same a lot of the time to be commiserating and going to a third place playoff. It is a 4-3-3 plus a 4-2-3-1, and after 20 minutes it's 0-0, but it's a throw-in for Vanderson. And he throws one long, which I don't like when we do that, but that's going to fall to Gomez, who does well. Vanderson. Angelo looked half offside. Referee said he wasn't. Angelo goes for goal, and that's in. And Tony Heatley, who we've just signed for Dortmund, has let one through his fingers, and we lead 1-0 in the semi-final. I didn't expect it to go in. I saw Heatley get fingers and thought, okay, that's not in. But it's hit the inside of the post, it's gone in, and we lead 1-0 in the semi-final, boys. Cross the keeper, and Tony Heatley, who we've just signed for big money, has let that in, and well, we lead 1-0. Agent Heatley, well done. Gomez is dead. If we make it 2-0, he comes straight off, by the way. Mateus throws. Valverdas does well. Gomez. Valverdas. Have a dig. Diggs. Good save from Heatley this time, though. Still 1-0. Yeah, Gomez is pretty dead. And I don't think he'll be fit for the final either, which is outrageous. I'm going to just bring him off. I knew this was going to be a case of this happening. I'm going to bring Derbris in because I do trust him. That is going to be our first change. I know that's 36 minutes, but we lead 1-0. Time ticks away. We've been slightly the better side, it has to be said. England really haven't produced at the moment. We lead 1-0. Start the second half, please. Nervy times. Nervy moments. As the game ticks away, we dare to dream that we are the team going through to the final. All it takes is one English goal. They have not played particularly great England, yet to have a shot on target. Time's ticking away. Angelo's dead. Vanderson getting dead. It is what it is. Derbris. Marcus Antonio. Felt like he was Marcus Antonio. Marcus Leandro. Felt like he was fouled there. Apparently not. Mateus heads, but only as far as Smith. Rodrigo presses. Doesn't win. Fitzgerald now. Goes on a run. Erin. Picked off by Dacry. Valverdes. Dacry scored. Tackle falls to Gahey. He clears. Lewis Brown off the bench wins it. And it's going to be Brannigan versus Lido. And, well, it's 1-1, just like that. Max Brannigan scores on the break. England get the leveller. And well, down one end, it really could have been a one-on-one, and it was a fantastic tackle. That was the difference. And then Lewis Brown wins that one. There we go. So just like that, back to level pegging. Vanderson's going to come off here. Tobias, I trust more than Gagu. Dakri is dead. And I am going to bring in Anderson from Arsenal. Move these two around. Angelo for Blesser. Rodrigo's had a stinker. I'm going to bring in Valverde on the other side, but more as an inverted winger to create. And I'm going to put him on support too to help create. All right, here we go. Yet again, our striker not having a good game. Leandro 6.3. Anyway, highlight here, Valverde wins. He drives. Usually plays in the 10, but playing out wide. Valverde on a run. Still going, flies over the bar. 71 minutes played, it's 1-1 in the semi. We led 1-0. England pegged us back. Throw in. Ball whipped. Back stick. Leandro doesn't win. Only as far as Derbrus though. Finds Anderson. Poor from Anderson. Wins it back though. Great from Anderson. Blesser. Leandro. Vinicius. Needs to find a pass. Does find a pass. Marks Leandro scores. That's 2-1. He's never offside. I'm celebrating. We have not had a striker score since Albania. And we're in the semi-final. And Albania was our first game of the World Cup. We lead 2-1 with 15 to go. We lead 2-1 with 15 to go. Great stuff on Vinicius Tobias. Marks Leandro scores. It's 2-1. England go to 4-4-2. We straight away go wing back on support and a wing back on support. Anderson's going to hold on defend. Not going to change out of the 4-2-3-1 just yet because we have played really well and limited England, but I will move people back into a more defensively minded role. Time ticks away. There's 4 minutes of added time. Are we there? Are we home? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be playing the Ukraine for the World Cup and all its glory. We have just made the final. I tell you what, we're not going to get a better opportunity in this entire save to win this World Cup. Here we go. We now apparently go into this game here, which you guys don't need to see. So I will see you guys on the flip side for the World Cup final. We've got the Ukraine. Just sing that in. We got the Ukraine. We got a team that we beat in a pre-World Cup friendly 4-2. We're favourites. YouTube, it is time. The World Cup final, and we have the very unlikely Ukraine. A team that we beat in the pre-season friendly for this tournament. Let's go see how the Ukraine have got here. They drew to Mexico before beating Uruguay 1-0. They beat Jamaica 4-1, beat Ireland 2-1, Albania 0-0, and Croatia 3-1. Out of a run to a final, that is as easy as it's going to get realistically. They didn't play a team inside the top 10 as a nation at all to make the final. Albania obviously did the job against knocking out Argentina. Ireland knocked out Argentina. Albania knocked out a couple of big boys. They really didn't knock out anyone. Croatia knocked out a couple of big boys. That tree on that side has had the whole competition open up. They're a good side with some good players, but you would have to say that we have to be favourites for this and favourites by a mile. Now, they do have Alexander, who's an outrageous 20-year-old that looks fantastic at Spurs, who just won the Champions League. This guy at Southampton, though, is their next best player in the middle of the park. He's not particularly good. Euro's okay, very well-rounded. Turbin in goals, who we slotted 4 past in the pre-season friendly. There's 19-year-old and Bonda. You're looking at the comparing of teams, and yeah. Let's look at ourselves. We played Ukraine, and we won 4-2 in the pre-season friendly. This friendly before the World Cup. Slightly rotated. Jonathan's played well. Valverde, Angelo went right. Victor Roque made a change at the back. Sergio played, even though he played complete wing back. Vanderson played, who actually played well. So a pretty full strap side from us, to be fair. We won pretty easy. We only conceded 2 goals late doors after we had 25 shots and had a massive XG. Our run's been a little bit more interesting. I don't think for once we've played well in this World Cup. Against Albania, we weren't bad. We did what we needed to do. That was that. Against Canada, woeful. No finishing. Can I say, Victor Roque, who is our best striker after 100 episodes in this save, and has been world-class for me, has only scored 1 goal this whole World Cup. Did he score against England? No, he didn't. That was Marcus Leandro. Canada, we won 1-1. Not good enough. Ecuador 2-1 in a game we dominated. We had to score a penalty, which Roy missed and fell back to him for us to score to get the winner. Guinea were easy enough to win, and even then, 3-0 against a team which goalkeeper looked like this, for those that didn't see this game. I know Burgers walked into the chat. This was their goalkeeper. We only won 3-0. I will say Jallo actually played really well against us, but we only won 3-0. We should have spanked them by 10, and we didn't. But look, clean sheet, we got through, that's fine. We then played Italy, we're much the better side. Italy hit the post in the 88th minute, we scored in the 90th with Rodrigo, and then we led 1-0 and scored in the 74th minute to go 2-1 up against England to hold on. I'm going to say this, and this might be controversial because we haven't made the final. We have played woeful, but we have found a way to win every game because we are very good at what we do. It's like we're one of the best teams in the world, so our queue is like, our scale is like this big, like as wide as this thing is, and our worst game is still like really good, where a lot of other teams' worst games are like really down here. What I'm trying to say is even when we play bad, we're a really good side. With that being said, I pray to the FM gods, this would put the nail in this Glory Hunter coffin for me, because I don't see a world with like 7 seasons to go where I don't win the league in Germany and then go and win the League Cup in Spain to complete the challenge. This is the competition that worries me the most, and we're not going to have an easier final. There is a few boys that aren't 100% fit, but I am going to make no exceptions, and we're going to go pretty full strength here. With that being said, your team is as followed. Lito in goals. Vinicius, Tobias, and Vanderson have been much better than Gagu, so I am going to go Tobias. Rodrigo and Junior are the best centre-back too. Junior, as much as he's dead, has to play. Mateus is a great fullback, and as much as he's not 100%, I think we need to start him to see if we can get some goals early and then take him off. I think it's the way to go. Or I'll play Sergio and hold. I don't know which one. Might go Sergio so we're not booking in a fullback change. Gomez and Anderson. Gomez not 100%, has played a lot of minutes for me. I think we need to do that. Anderson will play as well. Gomez played a much better game at deep line playmaker, so I'm actually going to keep him there. I've decided to go Blesso over Angelo. Angelo's had a decent World Cup, but his fitness is a little bit whatever. I want to start Blesso and then bring Angelo on late doors as a changer. Valverde's come into the hole even though he played well out wide. The curious case of Jonathan. He's been woeful this World Cup. He has been woeful, and it won't show me it because this season's ticked over. But he has missed a million chances. Scored 20 goals for Real Madrid. He missed a massive amount of one-on-ones against Italy. He missed a massive amount of one-on-ones against Canada. He has been woeful, but I am going to start him. And we'll use Rodrigo off the bench to try and get there. Same with Roque. He is world-class. He is unbelievable. He is fantastic. Has only scored 1 goal this whole World Cup. When Jonathan has only scored 1 and Victor Roque has only scored 1, we made the final, we must have played well elsewhere. Because for me to make the final, I would have said Roque would have scored 6, 7 or 8, 1 golden boot, and Jonathan's would have been close behind. What I'm trying to say is I'm going to put the faith in the boys that are star-studded, and hopefully because it's a big game against a slightly weaker side, they go out there and win. That is the thinking. That is the plan. With that being said, let's get into it. Let's have a look at this Ukraine side, and let's go and win a World Cup. Berger has been 5-2 with Blessed double and Roque double and Anderson single. Would be nice. Tell them to stay patient. I will tell them I have faith in them, though, to go win me the World Cup. Let's go and have a look here. I'm also going to move straight away. Sergio's not really the greatest fullback, so on support. Just do what you need to do. Turban in net. They're playing narrow. Turban in net's not too bad. See what he can do. Let me see what happens. Alexander's in there on the right. Ilya's in there. Venom and Taras is pretty good as well. Not too bad. Pankev, not the greatest, let's be honest. Valdez is okay. He's more of a guy that should be playing out wide. Apparently he's available in a free transfer. Look, you made a World Cup final. Offer him a trial there for Dortmund. Guy's starting with 60 caps and he's on a free. I'll always have a look. Hiroshi's not bad. Panko's air. Oh man, boys. Nick Tickens okay with 10 finishing. Olenka's in there. Their best players are on the bench. Levchi's not fit. Shubin's not fit. Bodner's not starting. Where's that Ilya guy? Surely he's starting, right? Yeah, he's at centre back. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm just going to put it out there, boys. That's a team we should beat. I'm nervous, and rightly so, it's a World Cup final. We're not going to get any easier opportunities to win the World Cup, but it is the World Cup, and who knows what happens. Ukraine will actually be in the yellow, and we're going to be in the blue today. First time we're playing in the blue for this competition. I'm just worried about being FM'd in the final, because that would probably send me over the edge here with this save. But this really should be a game that we go out here and we are World Cup champions. Early goal is key. An early goal is key. Let's go. See what happens. Let's go find out. Early booking for them. 10 minutes played. Not really a highlight here, which is not how it went in the friendly. And I expect this not to be like the friendly either. I expect them to be better because their morale's pretty high. But at the moment, though, nothing really to write home about. 20 minutes in. To be fair, fairly even. Not the World Cup we would have dreamed of. I would have loved it just to be 2-3-0 right now and we just celebrate. At the moment, not particularly great. Highlight, though, for Sergio. Goes in short the junior. He finds Anderson. Finds a ball out of Vinicius who can whip one. Looks for Blesser instead. Blesser puts a gilt-edged chance wide. Big moment for Brazil and it's still 0-0. 5 shots, not 1 on target. Not great, but we're not behind. Half-time 0-0. Nothing like the friendly. A very cagey World Cup final. Gomez is dead. But it's a corner and it's Roquay. In there. Junior head straight at Turbin. Could have gone anywhere. Would have been nice. 52 minutes played. Unfortunate. Turbin goes long. Vinicius brings it under control. Finds Sergio. He goes on a driving run. Looks down the line for Jonathan. He's not done much. Ball in. Roquay heads. Roquay misses from the 6-yard box, a free header. He scored 1 goal this whole World Cup and he misses another massive chance. Any clinicalness about us and we would have won this game tenfolds. Hasn't happened. 60 minutes played. Time for some changes. Gomez is dead. Anderson's going to be to that side there. I'm actually going to bring in... Daiquiri scored a goal. I'm going to bring him in. Roquay's off because I've had enough of him for Leandro. Rodrigo for Jonathan. He's had a stinker. Changes made. Highlights straight away. Valverde. That's one of the worst World Cups I've seen from a world-class player in Victor Roquay. He's been a hero of this save and done that. Vinicius ball in. Doesn't find a way. They go long. Only as far as Rodrigo. They're sitting so deep, Ukraine, trying to defend for their lives. Rodrigo now, fresh off the bench. Finds Sergio. Looks for Rodrigo. Ain't going to find him like that. Falls back to Sergio. Whips one in there. Marcus Leandro. Turbin. It's in. And I think he's onside. And with his first touch coming off the bench, Marcus Leandro has put us 1-0 up in the World Cup final. We lead 1-0. First touch. And it's a goal for Marcus Leandro. A great ball in from Sergio. And Leandro dives. Turbin parried it onto the bar. And it came in. And we lead 1-0. Set piece. Darcy. Chips. Rodrigo doesn't get there. Only as far as them. They're going to hit us on the break, are they? Blesser tries to make a run. He's had a pretty poor semi. But he wins that pretty poor final. But he wins that. Rodrigo. Good touch. Cuts. Leandro deflects straight in to Turbin's hand. Going to make another couple of changes here as well. Anderson's dead. Andreas is going to come in. Junior's dead. Roy's going to come in. Swap these two around. I was going to get Blesser off here. I'm not now. Angelo will come on if we get to extra time if needed. A second would kill it. A goal for Ukraine would be detrimental. They've now matched us in a 4-2-3-1. Thinking the 83rd minute here, I am going to move Tobias in as a wing-back on support so he doesn't overcommit. Was he going to allow Blesser to just drop in and help out just a touch? Daiquiri also is going to move in now as a ball-winning midfielder on support. The Bryce is going to sit in as a deep line playmaker and defend. It's 1-0, and we are moments away. 5 minutes out of time, and it's a highlight. Header falls only as far as Blesser. Vinicius, Darcy, Roy, Derbris, looks for Rodrigo. Ain't going to find him, but I didn't mind the ball. Sergio's up the field, wins that one. Rodrigo. Still need to play football here. Out to Roy. Darcy. Rodrigo doesn't win it. Ball goes long. Roy heads. Vinicius. Goes on a driving run. Still going. Beats his man. Goes to the corner flag. He might just whip it in here. Blesser. Top of the box. Derbris. Over the bar. Would have been the goal that won the World Cup. Time ticks away though. And it's a 93rd minute and Turban goes long. Sergio heads. Rodrigo now. Pumps one over the top. Leandro with a chance. Leandro with a chance. We are World Cup winners. He's offside. Never mind. And it's a corner. We're not World Cup winners. 95th minute corner. Cleared away. Shubin now. Honsha hits. Blocked. Polishuk. Ball in. Lito hold. We are 20 seconds away, Lito. You hold and you drop. Instead he goes long. Hate that. Headed. Only as far as Derbris. 10 seconds on the clock. Darcy. Rodrigo. Darcy. To the corner flag. Blesser knocks in. That should be it, referee. We are World Cup winners. Onside, by the way. That's how confident I was. Look how onside he was. Ludicrous. But there we go. We have not played well this entire World Cup. Jonathas has scored 1 goal. He's the best winger in world football. Roque is the leading goal scorer for Brazil in the entire save. He only scored 1 goal. We have not played well in any game in this whole entire World Cup. And we are champions. We didn't do it easy. We did it stressfully. But we have now completed the World Cup side and the international side of Glory Hunter. And well, there we go. And that is my first ever World Cup win on Football Manager because I don't really manage international duty and that feels good. Unbelievable. The boys want me to tick it off. Look at the chat. Tick it off. World Cup champions. Tick it off. Yes, we will. There we go. Tick it off. Let's go in here. World Cup. Here we go. Put it as a 1. Make it green. Put it in black. And we'll put it in bold, I should say. And make that one there too. And put it in there as well. Make that go bold. It is black on green, which makes it look in that tealy colour. But yeah, that's nice. Anyway, World Cup. World Cup. Fucking spell winners with Brazil. There we go. And in season 12, we completed the big part of it. We completed the World Cup. DFB Pokal champions without conceding a goal this year. Yeah, if I can highlight this. And World Cup champions too. So I'm actually going to highlight all that and just make it bold as well. Wow, that is huge. That is huge. Yet again, played poor. Leandro only scored 2 goals as World Cup and was in the semi and the final. So there you go. No one played well. None of our... Look, to be fair, none of us really deserve to make the Team of the Year. We're on top of the world. I've never had that challenge completed before, but there we go. We are World Cup winners. We are World Cup winners. Brazil win the World Cup. Fans worship me. That's nice. We're the World Cup heroes now. Apparently, these guys are the guys I should have been looking to pick up. Didn't even know this guy existed, actually. He's pretty decent. Diego Ferreira. He's not bad. And Flavo. Nice. Let's go see what else is here. I just want to see who did what. Beautiful. Biggest overachievers is the Ukraine. Unreal. Let me go in and just do this press conference here because I want to simmer today and see what sort of stats come out. By the way, England won 3rd place. Sergio got man of the match, who was with us at Newcastle. He's apparently not good enough, so there you go. Brazil duty ends. Don't need to do a meeting, boys. You guys go get drunk. Tottenham, by the way, made a big bid for Manuzzi, which we're going to have to reject here. I just want to see the stats of the World Cup. I want to see who wins the World Cup stuff. Heatley named World Cup best goalkeeper, even though he let one in. He only conceded 2 goals all competition. That was against me. England conceded 2 whole goals. Yes, he's in charge for me. He's my #1 goalkeeper. Dortmund, we got Dortmund players in the Dream 11. Dream 11 was Heatley from us. Only 2 players. We won the World Cup. The only 2 players were Junior and Rodrigo out the back. There we go. Only Junior Rodrigo. Just shows how bad we were this whole entire World Cup. There we go. If we look at World Cup, best player was given to Gabriel Vidovic before Lewis Brown. So a real life player won it. Scored 7 in 6. Just putting chances away against weaker teams. Best young player was this guy called Paneco. He's not that great really. He just played a lot of minutes. Dream team was that. Goal of the tournament was Xavier against Spain, which was a bicycle kick. So let's go have a look at that, mate. Spain versus Portugal. Let's go have a look. I'm going to have a look at this, boys, because Spain versus Portugal was a bicycle kick. Have you considered Paul Mullen? Everybody considered Paul Mullen. I dreamed about Paul Mullen. What a lad. It's one of these 2. Don't know which one it's going to be. Let's click on one, and if it's not one, it's the other. It's not going to be the bicycle kick. No. So it's the first one that's the bicycle kick. Let's have a look, boys. Let's see how good this bicycle kick was, and then that'll be the end of the episode. I can't believe it. We won the World Cup. Let's go. We're going to do this challenge easy. I say this now, and now next minute we can't be Pine for the next 5 years. Jeremy, Nico. No way, this is the bicycle kick. Yeah, I love that. That deserves to be the goal of the tournament. That's sensational. Well done. Unreal. There we go. Well, we're World Cup winners. We tick it off the tree. And, yeah. Guess what, lads? Guess what? Europe completed it. International completed it. Domestic pending. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.